Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. So for today's video I've got the Oden's I Perfect World collection in, the 3 palettes that were done in collaboration with Makeup Just for Fun, Batty Bean and Lauren Mae Beauty, and I decided I'm going to split that into 3 videos and do a bit more of a relaxed video with each one, because there's so many swatch videos and review of the collection or individual palettes out there. I just wanted to do it in my typical get ready with me style, and also I don't think I would have time to film with all 3 this weekend, so it'd be a long time to wait for the video, and you know how makeup is, it won't be relevant by then if I wait anyway. So we're going to do this one, which is the Seatalk palette in collaboration with Lauren Mae Beauty first. So I'm going to bring you in close. I'm going to show you the whole collection because wow, is it packaged so beautifully, and quickly show you the other palettes in this video, but we're going to be concentrating on this one in this video and just creating a look nice and relaxed style. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Okay guys, as I say, I bought the whole collection. It comes in this box, which from the outside doesn't look that exciting, but I was so impressed. Even the inside lid of the box has got all the images from the palettes on. It's just so beautiful. It was packaged in bubble wrap, which is a bit disappointing. I like to see like the palettes well packed, but kind of in that shredded cardboard these days. But they were really well packed, and as I say, I've got all 3 palettes, so I'll show you those in a second. I also got the ribbons as well. You get a ribbon, which I've not undone those yet, but I'll wear those in a future video, but like a hair ribbon for each one. And then if you bought the whole collection, you got a scarf as well. And I just think Oden's I do the best imagery, so I decided to get the whole thing because it was £80 for all of it, delivered, no taxes. It's not too bad of a deal, and I haven't used an Oden's eyeshadow since I bought the Giant Wolves palette from the Legendary Diversa collection, you know, Annette's palette. And I was a little bit disappointed in that palette in the end because the shimmer's hard pan, so kind of put me off of the brand a little bit. But these are just so beautiful. I like to support a collab. I definitely wanted to support Betty Jean because I just love everything she does. And then I was like, I really like the Flora Story palette, which I'm going to show you in a moment, which was Makeup Just for Fun's palette. I'll just get them all, so that's what I did. So before we go into the Seatalk palette, I'll just show you the other 2 palettes quickly, and you've seen them I'm sure because there's been so many videos on these. But this is the Flora Story palette in collaboration with Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. I love Amanda's channel. She's the queen of Colourpop. I just love how she does her reviews and her swatches and goes into so much detail. And it's just great to see somebody like her getting a collab. I love that. Imagery is absolutely gorgeous. And this was the one I wanted the most, in all honesty, when I saw it, because it's kind of a neutral moment with a twist. I love purple and green together, and I've got quite a lot of ideas for this palette, but it's an approachable palette. It's the sort of one you could wear to work even, but it's got the sparkles to kind of take it from day to night. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I was talking to one of my makeup loving friends, and I was like, I'm maybe going to get that one. That will be the only one I'm going to get. And then she kind of talked me into getting them all. This is how it happened. I think we've all got that makeup enabling friend. She'll probably comment, you know who you are. She'll probably comment and own up to it. But I've no regrets. I'm really happy with them now they're here. So the second one obviously is the Planet Spirit palette. So this is in collaboration with Batty Bean or Betty Jean. Interestingly, this one says Betty Jean on there, but Amanda's one says Makeup Just for Fun. So it's a bit strange how they've like used Betty Jean's actual name instead of like her channel name for this one. Now when I saw this one, beautiful as it is, I was like, it's just another rainbow palette, but when you get it in person, it's just so beautiful. Honestly, it's hard to capture how sparkly and gorgeous and bright and vivid it is. And I do have quite a lot of rainbow palettes, but they're in bigger packages, so I think this is quite a good companion palette for me, particularly if I was traveling somewhere and I want a pop of colour. So I'm not sad I got it, but I don't know if for me it's one that I would make looks just solely with this palette very often, because it doesn't have that depth that I look for. And I think this is why I'm the most excited about this one. So this is the Seatalk, so Lauren's palette that we're going to be playing with today. And this is the colours in this one. And I love the pairing of neutrals with the blues. And it's a blue palette for people like me who are a little bit nervous of blue, I think. It's not like in your face blue. It's kind of a bit more muted and sparkly and with a mix of those neutrals. I love brown and I love like blues together. I love the look of this sea kelp shade, so we're going to have to use that one today. But yeah, it's really, really stunning. So it was one that inspired me the most once I got them. Yeah, it was the one I wanted the least when I first saw other people's videos. So it's interesting, isn't it, how that can be. But yeah, so we're going to play with that one. But before we do that, I thought we'd get some blush and highlight on my cheeks. So I'm going to use Oden's Eye for that as well. I've got the Alva Fruit Blusher in Sweet Peach here. So we're going to go in with that. Just brought you in a bit closer. You're a bit far away. Now, the observant amongst you, if you've been here before, will notice I've got different hair. And I'm kind of like, I don't know if I like it or not. To me, it doesn't look blonde anymore. It's like I wanted a more natural blonde because I've had my like platinum white blonde for so long. It's probably been about 4 years since I've changed the colour. Before that, I dabbled with pink for a little while, but very short-lived. But I did have a bit more of a natural blonde before that. So I need to go back to that kind of bit darker roots and blonde. And on camera it's actually looking more blonde than it is in real life. It's quite dark actually, but my hair fades. It doesn't hold colour very much. It fades really quickly. I think I like it a bit more when it's faded a bit more. But I think I should have had a few more chunkier, sort of whiter kind of blondes through it as well. But I don't hate it. I like it better now I've kind of put the waver through it. So I think it suits it better curly than straight. So I think I might have to rock the curls a bit more often. I'm going to go in with the Alva 2 highlight palette as well. I think we're going to use Undienne, which is the bluey one here. I'm not sure if I've ever used that particular shade from this palette. Having so much makeup, I don't tend to try everything I've got. So how you guys been? It's been, I think, 10 days since I filmed a video. I had some pre-film that went up, but it's been a little while. Been really busy with work and just too tired to think about filming in the evenings. But I'm quite excited to film today. This collection came in on Wednesday, I think. So yeah, I'm really excited to play with it. And I've got some other things coming as well. I've been on a bit of a makeup splurge and treat myself splurge. I think there's been so many beautiful releases already this year that I just had to have. So I've got the Glamlight and Chucky collection coming, the whole collection, and there was a 50% off melt sale, so I've got about 8 products from that, so that's coming. Got a 20% off coupon code for Luna Beauty, so I've bought the new Prism blush palette. I'm trying to think. Oh, and I ordered the Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes to put on the pre-order, so lots of exciting things I'm actually really excited to get. I'm just going to prime with the Sigma eyeshadow base, which is getting very messy indeed. It is a really good product though, I love this. So I think what I'm most excited for actually probably is the things from Melt, because it's not all palettes. I've ordered a blush, a highlight, a bronzer, there is 1 palette and 3 lipsticks. So I'm really excited for those to come. I'm going to do a dedicated video to those when they arrive. But the Glamlight and Chucky collection, that was just made for me, honestly. I just love the colours in that. So I'm so excited to have managed to snag the whole thing, because that sold out fairly quickly. And I was debating on the Colourpop Snow White collection, but I waited too long and it's gone, the whole collection. So I might have to wait for the restock on that. Right, so from the Seatalk palette, I want this to be a predominantly blue look, but I want to use electric kelp, so I'm kind of going to do a 2-tone crease. I'm going to do electric kelp on the inner part of my crease, and I'm going to go in with Night Swim on the outer part of my crease, and then we'll decide on the shimmers as we go. So if I'm doing a 2-tone crease, I like to start with the inner colour, so I'm going to use electric kelp in the inner part of my crease and kind of wrap it around my tear duct area as well. And this is a satin shade. I'm really excited. You don't see too many of those in palettes these days. I love satin shades. I think it's been a little bit older. I just like how they are on my skin. They don't show up texture too much. You can use them as a shimmer, or as I'm doing here, as a matte really, you know, like as a crease colour. Nobody seems to like them, you know, particularly in the makeup world. Everyone says, oh, it's just a satin shade. I'm always excited by satin shades, as I say. I think this would really pop over a white base as well. I don't know why I didn't do that now. But that's super, super pretty. So other than working, doing my normal walking, not been doing a great deal else, to be quite honest with you. Makeup shopping, that's been it. But next weekend I'm going to have a sound demo of a high-end CD player I want to buy, and I feel like really guilty spending the money because it's £800 or nearly 900, but it's meant to be 1500 and it's an NYX demonstrator, and my CD player as part of like my big high-end system isn't working anymore. It just keeps coming up no disc. And if you've not been here before you won't know, but I just love my music so much. I've got hundreds of CDs and lots of vinyl, but I haven't been able to play my CDs, as I say, for a long time. I bought the latest Barbara Streisand, the Live at the Bonsoir, all excited, put it in to the CD player, and it just kind of made a bit of a weird noise as if it was trying to read it, and then it went no disc. I was just absolutely gutted. I was like, I've been waiting for a new release from Barbara forever and now I can't play it. And I could play it obviously on Spotify, but so then I've been looking to get a replacement for this CD player. It's by a company called Cyrus. They're a high-end kind of brand for hi-fi separates, and they're UK made. It's going into night swim now. And I've probably had my CD player from them for over 20 years, so you know, it's done me well. It's not, I have no issues with the fact that it's now gone wrong. It's not bad quality at all, but Cyrus are a good company. You can send off your equipment to have it upgraded or fixed, but they don't support the model that I had anymore because of obviously the age of it. So I decided to get another Cyrus, and to get something similar quality to what I had was like £1,500, and then I saw this NYX demonstrator online, and they're only about 40 miles from us. As I say, it's just under £900, but it's only a year old, got the full guarantee, so I'm super excited. It's my birthday next Saturday and I'm going to see it on my birthday, so that'll be my gift to myself. I love this night swim shade. I'm going to bring this quite high in this outer corner so that we're lifting the eye a little bit in this outer corner. And I'm packing at the moment, and I'm not worrying about blending it out too much until I've got the colour down as I want it. So that's exciting. I was hoping to go and see it today, but you have to like book their demonstration room, and then they try to replicate the sound you'd get with like whatever speaker cables and speakers. They've got big floor standing speakers, what amplifier you've got, etc. So they try to replicate that as best as possible so they can demonstrate it to you as it would sound as much as possible in your home. I mean, you can't ever really replicate your own sound, you know, it depends on what furniture, what flooring and I don't know, rugs, everything else that you've got, but it's great to do that. So I'm trying to select all the different CDs to kind of show it off. Obviously not just Barbara, I've got a massive collection, as I say, all sorts of different types of music. Like my husband will want to take Prodigy and Iron Maiden and Metallica, but I like a lot more quieter things than that, I suppose. Female vocalists like Lana Del Rey, Katie Melua, Amy McDonald, things like that. So that's what I'll be taking. But we've got to both enjoy the sound of it to go for it. Alright, loving that already. I need to get a bit of a blend between that electric kelp and the night swim, and they're not the closest kind of friends as such. I think we'll end up with a sort of green in the middle, but that's okay. Yeah, that's kind of what we're getting, is a little bit of a green. So I'm just going to spend a bit of time smushing between the two of those. Bearing in mind they're a different finish to one another, I don't think it's going too badly. I think for most people they would use that electric kelp shade as a highlight in a corner shade, rather than taking it all the way across the crease as I've done here, but quite like the effect so far. I just want to just blend a little bit around the edges here. But with colours like blue, I don't ever want to over blend too much. You're never going to get it to blend in with your skin anyway. I don't want to lose the pigment, but it's pretty strong in pigment actually. I'm quite impressed with that. I'm going to take Night Swim on the lower lash line as well. Connect up in this outer corner. going to pretty much take it all the way along, but I'm going to bring a little bit of shimmer in just towards the front part. I think for me at the moment this colour is the standout in the palette. I love the tones of this blue. It's not too in your face blue, you know, it's a bit more muted. Night Swim's a really good name for it. I love the names in this one. I wasn't following Lauren Mae Beauty before this, and I haven't watched her video actually, but I'll have to go back and watch it and see what the inspiration was for all the colours and what her makeup style is like. I'm just going to blend that out and make it nice and smoky on the lower lash line. That's a really easy shade to work with, and there's literally no fallout from it, which is unusual for deep blues like this. I really like this shade. Debbie likes a blue eyeshadow. What is going on? I'm going to go in with NYX Glitter Primer all over the lid. Other than that, we've been settling the cat in. He's doing really, really well. So those of you that know, I lost my beautiful Benji just before Christmas, and then we got Puskus, new to the family's black and white. We got him just beginning of January. He's been with us, what, about 5-6 weeks. He's still been a bit of a pain with my older cat. I've got a black cat who's nearly 6. Keeps bullying him a little bit. He's like blocking his path to go down the stairs and jumping on him. Cara's such a sweetheart, my existing cat, that he kind of lets him do it. So we're trying to like stop him doing that, but other than that, he's settled in really well. So I'm going to go with Ocean Jewel on the outer part. I'm going to blend that into Mermaid Scale, I think, and then I'm going to go in with Sunken Treasure on the inner part. That's the plan. Strange plan, but that's what we're going to do. Oh, that makes such a beautiful smoky eye with that just all over the lid and the Night Swim in the crease. Next up I'm going into Mermaid Scale, as I say. Oh, that one's hard panning already. That's the only thing I don't like about Oden's eyeshadows. And that's not particularly impressive either. I'm going to go for a bit scratchier of a brush. No, that's completely hard panned. Don't know if you can see. Oh, that's not good. I'm just going to try it with my finger. I'm going to apply it with my finger, but yeah, that's not a good shadow, that one. Super disappointed with that. I hate hard pan. It's one of the worst things in shimmer shadows. They're just a little bit hard pressed in the first place, and then just can't pick anything up unless I'm using my finger. Something I don't think people talk about with Oden's eye at all either, because everybody gets them in PR and everybody talks great about everything that they get in PR, I feel, or most people do. I don't know if you can see that, but how hard pan that has gone. That's really disappointing. Right, we're going to carry on though and put Sunken Treasure in the inner part here. That one seems fine. Yes, there's different formulas in this palette. And that green shadow is not a good formula in my eyes anyway. That's really pretty though. I'm going to bring that a little bit up into the crease so it sort of blends into that yellow shade that we've got there. And I'll turn my brush kind of on its tip as well to help with that blending process. And bringing that down a little bit into my inner corner. On the lower lash line, just in this inner part here, I'm going to go in with Sea Spray, which is this one. This looks a bit more like a satin as well. Oh, that's super pretty. I like that one. Just to give us a touch of sparkle just on this inner part here. So that's what we've got so far. Just going to hop off camera for something in my waterline, mascara and a lip, and then I'll be back with you with the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and overall I really love how it's turned out. I think it's a way for me to wear blue, you know, with a little bit of a twist of another colour. Makes it a lot more wearable for me, and I love that coppery shade, that Sunken Treasure. I think that really has set it off in this inner part of my lids here. To finish off the look, I've gone in with a NYX eyeliner in the shade Azure. in my waterline, and then on my upper lids, but not as a wing, just tracing my upper lids, gone in with a gel liner in the shade Santos. This is from the Amor Eterno collection. And then for lips today, I've got this one from Melt in their old packaging. I think they still do this colour though. It's called On The Go. I know I said it wasn't going to be a review, but I feel like I need to say a couple of things about how I got on with the shadows, just as a buyer beware really. So that Mermaid Scale shade, super disappointed in that. You literally can't pick it up at all. Like, I've tried with my fingers. You can just about see it on my lid, but oh, it's a struggle bus to get there. As soon as I dipped the brush in it and the formula didn't move at all and just kind of glazed over as soon as I touched it with the brush, I was like, this is not going to be a good shade. And I've had similar experiences, as I say, with a shade from Annette's Giant Wolves palette, which is this shade Eternal, which is probably the best shade in the palette, but again, that's very difficult to pick up and use. So it's not something I hear people saying very much, as I say, about Oden's Eye, but then there's a lot of people receive PR from Oden's Eye. I just always wonder, like, whether they can be completely honest, because as I say, I can make most formulas work, and I'm really struggling with that particular shade, and it's not the first time I've found that with Oden's Eye. So just my opinion, obviously not a popular one. But the colour story of this palette though is super inspiring. I love the half neutral, half colourful. You've got sort of cooler tone neutrals, warmer neutrals, you've got some pops, you've got these sparkly shades. If those have both have worked, that would have been perfect. And then I really love that Night Swim shade. It blends out super nicely, but there's no fallout from it. It's a unique tone of blue to my collection. It's like, it's navy but not quite. It's, yeah, I really like that shade. And I love that she included a satin in there with that electric kelp. So overall, I'm not disappointed in the palette, just in that one shade really. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the palette, the review you never asked for from a channel that's not a review channel. But I hope I've given you some inspiration of a look you could create with this palette, because this was super easy to do. It's colourful and it's just a bit unusual, I think, to what a lot of people might think to do with the palette. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. It's been super nice to catch up with you guys. I'm sorry it's been about a week or so, probably even longer since I've uploaded, but hopefully I'll have another one tomorrow. I think I'm going to play with Betty Jean's palette tomorrow and do something super colourful. So if you want to see that, then hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you don't miss out. But other than that, guys, I hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys.